Laurie Timble, and inviting all of you to come down to the March Against Monsanto, May the 24th at the Parkinson Rec Center.
Hi, my name's Randy. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Defend Our Climate National Protest. Thank you all for coming. This is a national event. It is going across Canada, so you are all part of a bigger, brighter picture. We do have some speakers today. We also may do a walk if anyone wants to do a walk across the beach, the Delta. And at the end of the day, if you want to do some handprints onto our sign, just as your mark that you were here, kids, adults are all welcome into doing that as well. And without further ado, Terry, would you like to go first on speaking? Okay, thanks again, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for attending. My name's Terry Weens, and I'm here today with Dogwood and the No Tankers Affair. Somebody asked me why I was here in regards to the climate. I was in Calgary last year for the flood. So climate has become very important to me. Climate's been important to me for a long time, but it's become even more important since the flood within my community, which is the disabled community. Last year during that flood, a lady by the name of Michelle was washed away in High River. She was a lady with cerebral palsy trying to help someone else, and she drowned. So I'm here today to say we got to do something about our climate. We're past talking about it. We have to act on it. The latest report out of the States says that it's here. You know, get our politicians to start listening to us, but we have to do our own thing as well. We can't throw our hands in the air and say there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, there is. Speak out, get out there, and be part of the solution rather than a contributor to the problem.
So we refer to the dilemma that the climate crisis posed to the Canadian labour movement. It leads us to argue that as well as posing a uniquely threatening environment, the climate crisis has opened potential new sites for labour. Enlarging labour's voice in the societal struggle against global warming can only benefit the labour movement, and it will benefit society as a whole. Canada Post wants to eliminate door-to-door delivery. And can you tell me what is greener than walking door to door and delivering your mail? Please stand up for Canada. Your letter carriers are the greenest force in Canada, and they want to put us all in trucks. There's materials over there. Please help yourself. Thank you for your time.
Okay, just so you know, this was organized with Lead Now. You guys all aware of Lead Now? Okay.
Did you want to come up, say hi? Come up here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiffany, and I am a volunteer with the Dogwood Initiative. Yay! We are here today collecting signatures, pledges against Enbridge. If anyone here doesn't want Enbridge, say no Enbridge!
No Enbridge!
No Enbridge!
No Enbridge!
We actually have the power to stop it. Christy Clark has said that she would not allow Enbridge to pass because she has to issue something like 60 or 70 permits. Even if the federal government... No, Christy Clark!
No, Christy Clark!
We need to make sure that she lives up to that promise. And what we can do, what Dogwood is proposing, is to pledge to support a citizens' initiative that we can actually introduce the No Enbridge law if we get enough signatures. So we're signing up over here, where there's two umbrellas. Everybody come and pledge to stop this pipeline. Thank you.
No Enbridge pipeline!
No Enbridge pipeline! Okay, Dogwood Initiative, please come and add your name to our pledge form. It just takes under a minute. Thank you.
Way to go, Tiffany, right? Way to go, Tiffany!
The number one concern that the oil industry has is people like you, because each and every one of you represents 12 people in the general public. This is a statistic not commonly understood. And in Kelowna, because of course it's raining, half of the support washed away. Right now we're at about 90 people. What do you think about that? Yes? In the rain, and 5 dogs. Dogs against pipelines. Our apologies to the cat lovers out there. At Lead Now, they had a meeting right here down at the Unitarian Church, and it was a phenomenal meeting from Lead Now. I want you guys to get involved and check it out. It's on Facebook right now. But I did meet a gentleman who had an attitude and an opinion. How many of you want to hear attitude and opinion?
Oh!
And facts and all those other intellectual things. I'd like to introduce Mr. Gary Bladuc.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you all you for coming out today. Great Okanagan sunshine or whatever. I'd also be amiss if I didn't thank our Prime Minister for this assembly, because after all, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. So thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. And this is an experiment. The civilization we're in has never been done before on this scale. If we screw up this experiment, we're going to end up like Easter Island, like the Romans, like the Mayans, but on a worldwide scale. Shipping oil out of Canada will mean maintaining other countries' addiction to oil. We need to help them move forward with new technologies that are not so destructive. Pipelines, we should be a technology leader, not a follower. Pipelines leak, tankers fail, and nuclear facilities self-destruct. Let's choose our technologies carefully. If it's about jobs, alternate energy will give us many more jobs in these mega projects. And it means we'll keep more of our cash at home. It means more of our own workers will be able to work locally instead of having to go somewhere else and work. Many countries are developing alternate energy. Germany has nearly half of its production in solar energy at this point. We stopped uranium mining in BC. We stopped the HST. And we can stop this. We can only do these things while we're united.
Do we need the oil industry? No! Could we get on alternative energy?
Yes!
Do you want alternative energy?
Yes!
Are you willing to fight for alternative energy?
Yes!
And are you willing to make politicians unemployed for alternative energy?
Yeah!
Yay, that's what we need, right? You feel better now? Do you feel good? Because we are over 100 people right now. Yay, 100 people. And if it was sunny out, that guy who was over there shouting, "What do you heap your homes with?" would be faced with about 300 people, because that's the way Kelowna works.
Everyone, it's really awesome to see so many people out here today on this rainy day. And that guy over there, we heat our homes with natural gas, not bitumen. You know, like this is, regardless of how you feel about oil and gas development in Canada, whether you're in support of it or not, having pipelines carrying bitumen going to our coast and having super tankers traveling across those really, really dangerous waters is just insane. I don't understand how, right? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, like those waters. I got really involved, and I've got involved with the Dogwood Initiative, which we're asking for people to sign pledges over here. I used to do work on the central coast of BC, and I realized just how insane those waters were. They're really dangerous waters. It's called the graveyard of the Pacific, and the idea of having super tankers going through there is just, it's complete insanity. So yes, I'm not a very good public speaker here, but no pipelines, guys, right? Come on here. This is insane. This is good. All right. I'm not very good at people listening, but if everyone wants to sign up, what we're trying to do here with the Dogwood Initiative is if we can get 10% of voters in all ridings in British Columbia to sign this pledge, we can actually force the government to do a referendum, and we as British Columbians can actually vote on whether we want pipeline and oil development on our coast. So I urge you guys to sign up with Dogwood Initiative and also with the Lead Now pledging. And yeah, thank you so much for coming here today, guys. I really appreciate it.
Everyone, please welcome Arnica Rowan to the stage right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Who here cares about food security? Who here cares about intact ecosystems? And who here, now this is going to be a shocker, who here cares about climate change? That's right. So I want to take 2 minutes to tell you about a project that you may or may not know very much about that has huge implications for all of these three things. Up in the northeastern corner of BC, there are beautiful, beautiful aspen forests and a big, wide valley called the Peace River Valley. And there's a current proposal by the BC government, and all the laws in BC around energy have actually been changed just to allow this project, and it's called the Site C hydroelectric dam. Now you may think, wait a second, that's a hydroelectric dam. Isn't that good for climate change? Well, wait, let me tell you just a little bit about it. The Site C hydroelectric dam would flood 114 linear kilometers of intact ecosystem, including Class A farmlands and Class A climate. Less than 1% of Canada actually has Class A climate. That means you can grow watermelons way up north on the banks of the Peace River Valley. That would go underwater. There's an intact ecosystem that is the only connection from the Yellowstone to the Yukon that has grounds where moose and elk and different species can actually have their babies, and that would go underwater. In other words, it would break the entire linear chain from the Yukon all the way down to Yellowstone for wildlife ecology. That would go underwater if the Site C dam goes through. And lastly, and probably most importantly to this group here, climate change, there's a hugely negative influence by the Site C dam on climate change. Currently, that river valley functions as a carbon sink. So that means that it sucks in greenhouse gases to the equivalent of 2.5 million tons a year, which is the equivalent of 36,000 cars on the road. It eats up the emissions from 36,000 cars. That would go underwater. So this is not a climate neutral project. This is a climate impactfully negative project. And I hope that you will all look up Site C Dam if you haven't already. Consider the value of the Peace River Valley for food security and for wildlife ecology and for climate change. Thanks very much. If you want some more information, go to itsourvalley.ca. Thank you.
Come see.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up the speakers for the day. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Our next biggest thing that I would like to invite everybody to do is to get together right here in the front, and I want to get a picture of everybody. We'll send it to Lead Now, and you will be amongst many of the people across Canada doing the Defend the Climate event today. So again, thank you. And after the picture, if anyone feels free to march, we can march. And also, if anyone wants to add their handprint to this sign, we have finger paint and all that. So thanks again, and everybody get in the picture. Okay, thanks.
Okay, everyone say lead now. Lead now. Everyone say no pipeline.